This is All India Radio, the news read by Abhishek Mukhopadhyay. The nation celebrates 73rd Independence Day today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi hoisted the national flag at the ramparts of the historic Red Fort in Delhi. Dressed in a white kurta pajama and a colourful turban, Mr. Modi was received by Defence Minister Rajnath Singh at the Red Fort. Prime Minister then inspected the Guard of Honour. Before coming to Red Fort, he paid homage to Mahatma Gandhi at Rajghat. Addressing the nation from the Red Fort, the Prime Minister said that within 10 weeks of returning to power, his government took key decisions to fulfill the aspirations of the people. Mr. Modi said abrogation of the special status to Jammu and Kashmir, law to ban the practice of instant triple talaq was some of the key decisions taken by his government soon after assuming power for the second term. In his speech, the Prime Minister asserted that his government neither nurses problems nor keeps them pending and referred to the scrapping of special status to Jammu and Kashmir, saying India now is one nation with one constitution. He said that within 10 weeks of assuming power, the India government has taken key decisions like bringing a new law to ban the practice of instant triple talaq and scrapping provisions of Article 370 related to Jammu and Kashmir. He said the previous governments made efforts in the past 70 years to deal with Kashmir, but it did not bear results. Prime Minister also condoled the death of people in recent floods and assured the affected of all help. The Prime Minister said this government thinks differently and the country comes first. He said the spirit of one nation, one constitution has become a reality and India is proud of that. Mr. Modi said his government has made continuous efforts in the last 5 years to meet all the needs and aspirations of the common man. Prime Minister said India understands the importance of water conservation and thus a new ministry for Jal Shakti has been created. He announced Jal Jeevan Mission to make drinking water available to all households and said the government will spend 3.5 lakh crore rupees for it. The Prime Minister said the government has decided to invest 100 lakh crore rupees in infrastructure building. Mr. Modi said India can become a $5 trillion economy in the next 5 years. Prime Minister called for improving exports to get more share in world economy. Prime Minister announced creation of Chief of Defence Staff to ensure coordination and provide effective leadership to the three services. Mr. Modi also asked farmers to try to reduce the use of fertilizers and move towards organic farming. He said there should be a deliberate attempt to produce things locally for a beautiful tomorrow. He said the priority should be a made in India product. The Prime Minister also called for making India plastic free, saying the time for implementing such an idea has come. He urged people to eliminate single-use plastic. He urged authorities across the country to make arrangements for collecting plastic in the first strong step in the direction on 2nd of October this year. Gujarat is celebrating the 73rd Independence Day with full enthusiasm and patriotism. State-level functions was held at tribal-dominant Chota Udaipur in central Gujarat, where Chief Minister Vijay Rupani unfurled the national tricolour. 73rd Independence Day was celebrated all over Andaman, Nicobar also. Main function was held at the historic Netaji Stadium at Port Blair. The Lieutenant Governor of Andaman and Nicobar Islands, retired D.K. Joshi, hoisted the national flag. In Karnataka, Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa unfurled the national flag in Bangalore today and addressed the people of the state. Maharashtra along with Mumbai joined the nation in celebrating the 73rd Independence Day with enthusiasm and patriotic fervour today. Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis unfurled the national flag at the State Secretariat, popularly known as Mantralaya, in Mumbai. In Chhattisgarh, 73rd Independence Day has been celebrated with fervour and patriotic spirit. Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel unfurled the national flag and took salute of the impressive parade at the main function held in the state capital Raipur. Thousands of Indians across the world today proudly celebrated India's 73rd Independence Day with the tricolour fluttering high and the national anthem reverberating at Indian missions abroad. Indians in China, Australia and many other countries marked the day with hoisting of the national flag and singing of patriotic songs. In Beijing, a large number of Indian diaspora took part in the Independence Day celebrations held at the Indian Embassy. India's ambassador to China, Vikram Misri, hoisted the tricolour at the India House. Raksha Bandhan, the festival of special bond between brothers and sisters, has been celebrated today across the country with great enthusiasm. On this occasion, sisters tie colourful rakhis around the wrist of the brothers and pray for their prosperity, health and well-being. In return, brothers pledge to protect and support the sisters and present them gifts. President Ramnath Kovind, Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu and Prime Minister Narendra Modi have greeted the people on the occasion of Raksha Bandhan. And that is the end of this news bulletin.